Castro, superintendent. Been out here 17 years now and seen a lot of change, as have the folks that have been here for a long time, much longer than myself. A ton of change out here, but we're moving in the right direction for sure. It's my 7th year as superintendent. Feels like 70 after this project and some of the other things going on in society today. But all in all, life is good, and what an amazing day today. And I'm glad the weather cooperated. We've got an awesome program set up for you all today, which culminates in some tours of the new Crosby Elementary School. For a lot of folks, they've yet to step foot in this new building. And when you do and realize what was here before, it's pretty incredible to see the difference. So all that said, welcome to our ribbon cutting ceremony. It's been 20 years since we've done this for a school building, and it's been just a year since the turf ribbon cutting, which is pretty crazy to think it was just a year ago. It seems like 10. So next up, I would like, if you would, please rise for the presentation of the colors and the national anthem. If you have not gotten a program, we've got a few left that we're passing out. Some awesome information in here, including a map of the building when you go in. So please try to track one of these down if possible. They are worth a look for sure. You know we're big time when there's drones flying over. Today, we celebrated a dream becoming a reality. We celebrate a tremendous feat brought about by the hard work of many. First, I'd like to thank our school board, President Jeffrey Biddle. Vice President Mike King. Board Member Tricia Evanson. And board members Susan Robards and Rob Keefe. They'll be here in a bit. I'd also like to thank two past board members that had a huge impact on why we are here today, both Linda Peak and Walter Schunk. Next, I want to thank our admin team who were involved in this process from start to finish. Please hold your applause until the end. Treasurer Thomas Lowe, Assistant Superintendent Corinne Hayes, Director of Operations Adam Lobeck, Pupil Services Director Kirsten Rogers, Communications Director Mike Morris, Maintenance Director Gary Davis, Also our building administrators, Christian Tracy, Mia Neckel, Matt Lindley, Dave Kelly, Ron Mangus, Chris Niehaus, Brandon McBee, Dan Rouster, Joanna Gotti, Dave Kelly, and Nick Roth. Let's give them applause, please. Special thank you to our partners in this journey, those that both help fund, design, and build what we have here today. From the OFCC, from the state, we have Nathan Jones and Barb Matei Smith. Our designers from SHP, please hold your applause until the end. We've got a team here. Jeffrey Sackenheim, Jerry Durr, Brendy Ash, Abby Anastasio, Dan Benfeld, Jerry Clark, Jim Messner, Jordan Hibner, Ron Cobb, and Todd Thackeray. From Skanska Megan Construction, these are the guys that help build these buildings. From Skanska, we have Peter Becker, Dave McGee, Chase Eggers, James McKinney, James Gork, and Trey Stoutberg. And from Megan Construction, we have Evan Zwanko, Obi Zwanko, Eric Morton, and Stacy Back. Our engineering group, we use Kleiningers and Steve Cordy. I don't know if he's here, but let's give him a round of applause anyway. This process dates back nearly 5 full years, with 2 levy attempts that fell short in November of 2015 and August of 16. Much work was done between August 16 and then the levy passage back in November of 2017. Much of that work a result of the folks here today. Thank you to the following teams that stepped up and stepped in to lead the effort in getting us to the finish line. If you are a member of the following team, please wave your hand and be recognized. First, the Community Advisory Team. Let's give them a round of applause. We've got several here. The names are actually listed in the program when you take a look through it. Next up, we have our Ed Visioning Team. Let's give them a round of applause. Design Development. We'll give them some love too. And many of you were part of our playground donor team. You gave money to help with the new playgrounds that are over here and under construction still. We did get pinched at the very end with some of the supply chain bottlenecks that you're hearing about with the rubber adhesive piece, the rubber binding agent. We're waiting on to finish the playgrounds with the rubber playing surface. So that's a one pinch we've had, which, you know, when you look back over the last 18 months and the headwinds that COVID provided us, to battle through those headwinds and to get to the very end and be short with an adhesive, it's pretty impressive, all things considered. So we're proud of these groups. Our playground donor group raised $200,000 in just over 3 months to make these playgrounds happen. That's impressive. When you tour the buildings, you're going to see in one of the main hallways pride walls. There's 5 panels. The pride walls take and show the history, the lineage of Crosby and where we started here and where we are today. And when you check out those pride walls, you'll see some pretty awesome pictures that date back a long time ago. So for the folks that jumped in, were part of the Pride Wall Committee, thank you. I also want to thank our Crosby teachers and support staff. Without their help, without their battling, both during the levy years as well as the setup now when they keep getting pinched on delays for, hey guys, you're not going to be able to set up again until Wednesday because we've got to put the pavement in out front here. They've been troopers all along. And I just want to say thank you to our Crosby teachers and staff for getting it done day in and day out. For today and for making today happen, I want to thank our band, our cheerleaders, our JRRTC, Hamilton County Sheriff Brian Peak, and the Crosby Township Fire EMS. Thank you for being here today to help set the stage for an awesome celebration. We appreciate the support of the following dignitaries here today. Mr. Joe Abner, who's the District Director for the Office of Congressman Steve Shabbat. County Commissioner Denise Driehaus. Crosby Township Trustees Jim Niehaus, Matt Wallace, Dennis Hyam, and Doug Lohman. Whitewater Township Trustee Willie Pope. And thank you to Boy Scout Troop 293 for helping with the program distribution and parking today. Not used to having people stand behind me. It's making me a little nervous. For the last 48 months, we've planned, designed, planned some more, and revised our designs to get the $100 million in new schools that you see here today. The journey was long and arduous at times, but so worth it in the end. Our end goal was to build schools that will serve these students of the community for the next 50 plus years, and we believe that is the case. Benjamin Franklin once said, "Energy and persistence conquer all things," and those here today embody that spirit. Thank you on behalf of the over 4,300 students that will be walking the halls of our new or renovated schools this fall, and for the over 225,000 students that will learn in our facilities over the next 50 years. It's important we remember it's the people, not the physical structures, that make us who we are. Thank you for leaving a legacy and for building into the future leaders of our community. Next up, Mr. Jeff Biddle, School Board President.
Well, I'd like to welcome you all here today. I know Mrs. Joanne Harmon wanted me to make a grand entrance today in true Crosby tradition by busting out of the doors out there on a unicycle. But after second thought, I've got 3 other groundbreaking or ribbon cuttings to go through today, and I don't think the dress code is walking boots and bandages and things like that. So we'll leave that be. But I will say, gosh, I'm going back 50 years. When I was a kid, I grew up on the other end of Boffman Road from New Haven, and it wasn't unusual for me to get on my bike by myself, ride to the other, past New Haven, past where the Ray Morris farm, go to Martini's Grocery, get a pop and some potato chips, something like that, then pedal back home. And you know, Crosby Township has a strong tradition out here in this community. People, you know, the farmers, I mean, I'm talking about the families like the Nolmans and the Minguses, the Morrises, the Pottingers, on down the line. People who laid a great tradition in this community. You know, today we verbalize it as trust, respect, ownership, and leadership. And in this community, the people before us set the tone for what you have in this community today. You know, there's been a lot of changes, obviously, in my time around here. I mean, you look out there right now and you see maybe the past of Crosby Township. Look behind you, you see those beautiful fields and corn out there and what have you. Behind me, you see the future. And the future are these kids out here that you see standing around looking anxiously toward their new school buildings. I would say this, those fields, I don't know, someday they may continue to raise crops. They may raise children. We don't know that. But all I know is the facilities for the future are here and now, and we're prepared to educate the children of this community for the 21st century. Thank you all very much for attending today. I have one group to introduce here. The Harrison High School Choir will perform the Harrison Alma Mater. So if you would, anybody who's seated, if you would please rise if you can, and for the Alma Mater.
Light our way. Those great to see everyone here today. I have to tell you that all along the building process, I would come over and do some tours, and every time I came in, I felt like I was visiting somebody else's building. Just didn't feel real to us. Sometimes I still have to pinch myself and say, yes, this really belongs to us. I want to start by saying thank you to our parents, the community, the staff. We are so grateful for all the support that you have given us so that we now have a first-class facility to educate our students in and meet their needs. To say this is an exciting day for us is an understatement. I can tell just by the energy of the people when I saw them come in today. We're just so grateful and excited. I also want to thank James Gork and Dave McGee for their work through the building project. James has gone above and beyond for us. He's created PowerPoint presentations to get the kids excited and have them learn about the building process. Tried to, as best as we could, not interrupt the children's education while they were digging holes right next to our classrooms and working on the parking spaces. He's just been really great. Has accepted anything that we've asked him to do throughout the process. Finally, I want to thank our students today that are here to represent the school. We have Jana Ringshauser and Tyler Waite. If you two would like to come up, please. These two students exemplify our core values: trust, respect, ownership, and leadership. Each teacher selected a student from their class last year, and then we did a random drawing out of those names, and these are our two winners. And so we're very excited to have them here today, and they are super excited to use the big scissors. So we know you're all here to see the building, so I'm going to stop talking, and we're going to get the ribbon and the scissors and get this thing moving. Thank you.